In this video series, we're going to explore William Shakespeare's iconic tragedy, Hamlet, in a comprehensive 10-part journey. From the ghost-haunted halls of Elsinore to the deepest soliloquies of the troubled Danish prince, each episode will break down the essential elements of the play.
In Episode 1, we begin with the historical background of Hamlet and its significance in Shakespeare's time. Episode 2 will offer a full plot summary, from ghosts to graveyards. In Episode 3, we'll dive deep into the major characters of the play. Episode 4, Hamlet, the tragic hero. Episode 5, Themes in Hamlet, Madness, Revenge, and more. Episode 6, Symbolism and Imagery in Hamlet. Episode 7, The Language of Hamlet, Soliloquies, Irony, and more. Episode 8, Important Scenes in Hamlet Explained. Episode 9, Shakespeare's Stagecraft and Structure in Hamlet. Episode 10, Why Hamlet Still Matters Today, The Legacy of a Tragic Prince. Let's start with the man behind the masterpiece. William Shakespeare was born in April 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, a small town in England. He lived during the Elizabethan era, a time of great creativity, exploration, and political change in England. This was the time of Queen Elizabeth I and the Renaissance, when art, science, and literature flourished. Shakespeare wrote 39 plays, 154 sonnets, and many poems. His works covered every emotion, from love to jealousy, power to madness, and joy to despair. He wasn't just a writer, he was a keen observer of human nature. Though he lived over 4 centuries ago, his characters still feel real. They love, hate, doubt, dream, and suffer just like us.
Now, why is Hamlet considered such a masterpiece? Written around 1600, Hamlet is a tragedy. It tells the story of a young prince of Denmark who is haunted by the ghost of his father and driven to seek revenge against his uncle Claudius, who has murdered the old king and taken the throne. But Hamlet is more than just a revenge story. It's about grief, madness, love, betrayal, and the meaning of life itself. Shakespeare mixes deep philosophical questions with thrilling drama. It's also famous for its powerful language. Lines like "to be or not to be, that is the question," have become part of everyday speech. Even today, Hamlet is the most performed and discussed play in the world. Every generation finds something new in it, something that speaks to their time, their struggles, and their emotions. Hamlet was written during the Renaissance period. People were beginning to question the world around them. New ideas about science, politics, and religion were spreading, but it was also a time of uncertainty. Plague, war, and political tensions were common. The play reflects these contradictions. On one hand, it's set in a royal court, full of power and ceremony. On the other, it's full of uncertainty, fear, and doubt. Hamlet himself is a character torn between action and inaction, belief and doubt. Also, England at the time was fascinated by ghosts and the supernatural. Ghosts were believed to be real, and many people feared they were omens of something evil. So, when the ghost of Hamlet's father appears, the audience of the time would have found it both terrifying and exciting. Shakespeare often borrowed ideas from older stories, and Hamlet is no exception. The basic plot comes from an old Scandinavian legend about a prince named Hamlet, written by a Danish historian called Saxo Grammaticus in the 12th century. In that tale, Hamlet pretends to be mad to protect himself after his uncle kills his father and marries his mother. Eventually, Hamlet takes revenge. This story was adapted and translated in the 1500s. By the time Shakespeare got to it, the basic outline was there, but what he added was depth, complexity, and poetry. He gave Hamlet real emotions, grief, hesitation, rage, and doubt. He turned a simple revenge story into a philosophical masterpiece. Shakespeare followed a classic five-act structure in most of his tragedies, and Hamlet is no exception. Here's how the structure works. Exposition. We meet the characters and learn about the situation. The ghost appears. Rising action. Hamlet struggles with his thoughts. Tension builds. Climax. Hamlet accidentally kills Polonius, a turning point. Falling action. Madness, plotting, betrayal, and more deaths. Catastrophe. The tragic ending where many major characters, including Hamlet, die. This structure helps create suspense and emotional intensity throughout the play. Hamlet didn't just influence English literature, it shaped global culture. It's been translated into every major language and performed on every continent. There have been hundreds of film and stage adaptations, from Laurence Olivier's classic black and white film to modern versions set in corporate boardrooms or dystopian futures. Some directors make Hamlet a hero, others show him as a villain. Some even flip the story to focus on characters like Ophelia or Gertrude. That's the power of Hamlet. It can be endlessly reimagined. So, as we begin this journey through Hamlet, remember, this isn't just a story about a prince or a ghost. It's a deep exploration of what it means to be human, to grieve, to question, to love, to hesitate, and to act. Shakespeare doesn't give us easy answers, but he gives us the right questions to ask. So, sharpen your mind, get ready to dive into drama, and join us in the next episode where we'll explore the full plot of Hamlet, act by act. So, sharpen your mind, get ready to dive into drama, and join us in the next episode where we'll explore the full plot of Hamlet, act by act. In the next episode or video, we will discuss full plot summary of Hamlet, from ghosts to graveyards. We explored the entire story of Hamlet, act by act. We saw how Shakespeare builds suspense, mixes politics with personal drama, and leads us to a powerful and tragic end. We also saw how every action has consequences, and how hesitation, revenge, and betrayal destroy almost everyone in the story.